Good morning, Hojo staff, students, and families. Ya Teabin, we're ready to start our day, so everybody please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Voices are off, bodies are still. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, September 9th, and we are ready to start our day. This was a piece I was going to play for you yesterday, but it wasn't queued up, and so there were commercials, and we didn't want to listen to commercials. So we're going to play it today. Tell me if you remember from last year. We did this during school closure last year, so it wasn't one that we played when we were all together. So see if you can remember if you were with us at that time. Do you remember from last year? Fanfare for the Common Man by Aaron Copland. Maybe you remembered that one. That was a hard one to remember. So the reason I wanted to play that is because Monday was Labor Day. And Labor Day celebrates the work of the common man here in the United States. When we take that day off as a holiday, we celebrate that people have worked really hard, long hours, and we're very industrious, very hard workers, very diligent, and that we have a long heritage here in the United States of people working hard and having great accomplishments. And this piece celebrates that, just like we celebrate it by having Labor Day as a holiday. So that's why I wanted to play that piece for you yesterday. But we do what we can. So let's play a selection from this week. See if you can remember this piece that Mrs. Neff has selected for us for this week. Okay, what is that piece? Did it sound like something buzzing around? Isn't it interesting how music can have such different qualities? Buzzing around, Flight of the Bumblebee. That's right. Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov. That's right. Nice job if you remembered that. Let's look at some artwork. So over my shoulder, I can scoot out of the way. Remember this piece from Winslow Homer? I know it's hard to see you that far away, but it's one we've covered before. So hopefully you can remember the Winslow Homer piece is Crack the Whip. That's right. And you know, you can go on Google and get a close-up look at some of these. Or maybe one day travel to a museum where these are on display. And do you remember this one we said from yesterday from Winslow Homer? Nor'easter. That's right. And today, this is one by Winslow Homer called Fog Warning. This is Fog Warning. And you see this fisherman rowing his little boat here, and those big waves coming up, and the fish in here. So We could play Fanfare for the Common Man for this gentleman here as well, right? That is hard work. I would not want to be in that little boat out on the ocean with those waves crashing everywhere. But we rely on people to do hard jobs, don't we? Okay, so lest we forget, Renoir, two sisters. Renoir's Girl with the Watering Can. Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emanuel Leutze. And this piece of architecture, which is also art, Washington Monument. This one, U.S. Capitol Building. And who meets here? Our U.S. senators and representatives. That's right. And they make the laws of our country. And we don't want to forget, front of the White House, back of the White House. We'll hopefully travel there together one day. Also in Washington, D.C. is this new piece that we just put up today. This piece of architecture, also a beautiful piece of artwork, is Lincoln Memorial. That's right. Speaking of Lincoln, we've been talking about the Gettysburg Address. Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address. Address is speech, right? Another word for speech. Gave that speech on the battlefield in Gettysburg during the Civil War. And that was at a time when our nation could have ended completely because there was not domestic tranquility. Even though we had tried to have a government with domestic tranquility, there was no peace in our homeland. So the North and the South had separated, and it was a terrible, terrible war. And in Gettysburg, there was a terrible battle where many people died, and that Lincoln was asked to come there and give a speech at Gettysburg. And that same speech is the speech that's recited at Ground Zero after the 9/11 tragedy. And so we here at Hojo have memorized the Gettysburg Address. And so let's just say the beginning part together, just the first couple of lines, right? Let's say, I'll say it, then you repeat, and then we'll say it one more time together, okay? fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Okay, let's say that part again. fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. All right, we'll try the next section tomorrow and see if we can remember the whole thing in honor of 9/11 on Friday. So fourscore, remember how many years is a score? 20, right? So fourscore and 7. So 87 years. What happened 87 years before the Gettysburg Address? Remember we talked about this last year, the Declaration of Independence, July 4, 1776. And so fourscore and 7 years later, they were in a terrible war, wondering whether our nation was going to make it. So our nation and our people have had its share of hard times, right? And we have overcome. And we find ourselves sort of in another hard time right now, but we will overcome. Okay, friends, birthdays. We actually do have some birthdays today. 2 birthdays, in fact. Joshua is having a birthday. Joshua M., happy birthday. And Elijah C. Elijah, have a good day today. Hope you both have a lovely birthday. Eat lots of cake. So announcements. Let's see. We had our first day of school yesterday. If for some students, we can have 5-to-1 ratio at school. So 5 students to 1 teacher. And so that's a tricky number to come up with when you have 412, 15 students. So if you would like to have some time at school, we still have some time on Thursdays and Fridays available if you're thinking about it and you would like to have a little bit of time, a day or two at school. So students, check with your parents, parents check with me, and we'll find a time that can work if that's something that you would like to do. If you have requested a hotspot at your parent-teacher conference, then we contacted your family yesterday and said that, and let you know that they were available and you can come pick them up. If you did not request one at the parent-teacher conference, but now you find yourself in need of one, then please let me know. There's only a limited number of them, and we have to, if we have to order more, we will, but we need to make sure that those who have already asked for it, that we can get them to them. I think that's all. You know, we missed our poem today, I just realized. So let's back up and let's not miss our poem by Robert Louis Stevenson for today. So do you remember what the title of the poem was? Bed in Summer, right? Going to bed when it's still light outside in summer. Now we're still in summer right now. This is still summer. We haven't gone into fall yet. So another maybe 10 days or so, 20 days, or 10, 11, 12 days before it's actually considered fall. So, Bed in Summer by Robert Louis Stevenson. In winter, I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, quite the other way, I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. And does it not seem hard to you when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day? It is hard to go to bed, isn't it, when it's all sunny outside? A little bit easier in the winter when it's dark out, when you're going to school or to work and it's dark, and you're leaving school and work and it gets dark, especially back in the East Coast where I grew up. It starts to get dark right around the end of the school day, like 4 o'clock, it's dark. So that's all I think we had for announcements and for things to share today. So let's do our student pledge. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.